Alright, welcome once again to another great Super Wednesday. Good morning, Africa. Good morning, dear friends. Good morning, all. And thank you once again for joining me and being my special guest every day right here on One Voice Radio and with my show, Mind Shift Programming. It's always been a prime privilege for me that I'm here to do it. And I say to you that I'm not always here because I feel I can impress you. No, my assignment here is purposefully tied to the fact that I believe that together you and I can sharpen ourselves, that together you and I can be the best that we can be, that together you and I can help ourselves find purpose, find progress, and find profit in the passion of the things that we've been wired for. And that's the reason why we've started our show on the segment Mindship Programming, because it is our core responsibility to understand that our fortunes or misfortunes lies in our hand. In other words, like I used to always say, that lies right in your hand, that you and I are the architects of our fortunes or misfortunes. So that's the reason why it has always been said that as a man thinketh, that's how that man is. Now, so if I want to be a different man today, what I need to begin to change is how I think about myself and what exactly I think about myself, okay? And that is the reason why we've been able to put together this concept called Mindship Programming, because our aim is to ensure that there is a better you, there is a greater you imagine out there. Together with that, we can build a better society and impact the world at large. So welcome to Wednesday edition of Mindship Programming. It's my greatest joy to always, trust me, to always do this with you. And I'm super excited that you are in it with me. We are together on this today. In the last couple of weeks, we began a series which we titled The Currency Called Character. Now, and with that, we define character as being the real you that you are in the private, as opposed to the pretentious you that you portray to us in the public place. And of course, with that, we also were able to come across why I decided to merge character with currency. Why? Because I came to an understanding, to a place of understanding, that my character can afford for me what money can't buy for me sometimes. And when I mean sometimes, because it is not all the time that you have money, and sometimes you actually have money, but money can fail you because perhaps what you're looking for, the assistance or the favor that you need from man, is not what money can afford for you. So what else can unlock those doors? Because good characters is another access, is another tool that creates access for us. And that's the reason why I personally compared currencies to our character. Now, I believe that my character and your character has, if not more, but the same value that $100 bill or $1,000 bill or whatever amount of millions of dollars or pounds or naira or rands or yen or whatever it is that you spend in wherever part of the world that you are from. I can categorically tell you that money or this kind of resources can also be replaced with good character. That is the truth. And so we decided to take on the currency and started to build how character can be compared to currency. And we started to understand that in every currency there are components that makes it legal tender. There are components that makes it real, valid, and there are components that gives it what we call buying power. Alright, and so we decided to work on all of these components, and we started with integrity, honesty, loyalty, respectfulness, responsibility, fairness, forgiveness, politeness, all of those things, and we were able to touch on 20 traits in the last couple of weeks. Now, but guess what we're doing today? Now, I know a lot of people will say to me, but is it possible for one person, for an individual, to have all of these components embedded in them? Yes, of course, the answer is yes. Now, but what happens when you don't have all of them in you? Then what happens to the natural resources, to the natural currencies will begin to occur to you. Have you ever heard when they say that your currency is losing value in the marketplace? The same thing would happen to you once you are lacking in some of those character traits that I mentioned. Now, if you have integrity, but you're not responsible, all right, if you have integrity but you're not respectful, it simply means that yes, you could buy, but the value, your purchasing power would have some flaws. All right, You could be a very truthful, straightforward person, but you are rude in your approach to talking to people. Then that simply means that there is always going to be a loss, a depreciating value in your power, or in the value that your currency called character will carry in the marketplace, or in any relational issue or contest as it may be. So that is another thing that I'm sharing with you this morning. Now, but today, part of what I've decided to discuss is how do I truly build these character traits. In as much as you've said to us that yes, it is easy to need you to develop in this character traits, it is absolutely possible for one person or someone to possess all of this component and not falter. Now, the truth is, I said to us one last time that we must always understand that our life and what we do, it's on a growth level. All right, every day we are all work in progress. So I'm not a perfect person. Whatever I teach you is because I'm teaching myself everything that I'm sharing with you today. I'm learning every day to be the better me, to become the best that I can be. And one of the ways that I can attain that height of betterness or greatness is to have the right qualities, the right components of good character traits, good behavioral system, good moral value systems, and good principled good lifestyle cultured and built upon moral principles. Okay, and it's not enough to having them like we talked about integrity, but it is that you conducting yourself in that manner of what you think you have. Now, but today, due to the short limited time that we have, what I will be sharing with us today is, yes, we are going to be talking about those good character traits. How do we develop them? Gradually, one step at a time. And also, how do we build good character traits? Now, if I used to be someone who had very naughty, nasty, saucy behavior, how do I transform? How do I shift from this in quote not too good person to becoming a better person? And that is what we're here to discuss today. So I want to thank you all for joining us. If you're just tuning in or you're just logging into our Facebook page on this live feed, you've missed nothing because we're just kicking off. So welcome to Wednesday edition of Mind Shift Programming, in continuation of our series, which has been the currency called character. Now, part of the thing that I will be sharing with us this morning is the fact that you and I must understand that developing the traits of good character can be difficult or sometimes to even foster or maintain. Now, but they afford to many positive, underline that word, many positive benefits to improving the quality of our life. Now, because if you and I can develop these good components, these good character traits, trust me, they afford to many benefits, improvements, and of course, qualities of our life. Now, what exactly is a good character? Now, good characters attract the trust and respect of other people. If you're somebody with good character, naturally, people will naturally gravitate to you. People will naturally likeness will naturally gravitate to you. Favor will naturally gravitate to you. So good character has this way of attracting trust and respect from other people. It allows you to also influence others. That's what good characters would always naturally do for you. I'm telling you how good character creates some natural ambience of progress, of happiness, and of success for your life. Number one, it attracts trust and of course respect of others for you. It also allows you to influence others. Now, people look at your life and they say to themselves, I like who you are and I want to be like you. And the next thing is they start to find themselves walking into your path where you become a source or a resource of influence through character. Don't forget. And that is where leadership truly begins. Now, of course, good character will always change your perspective about failure. I used to say to people, failure is never failure. Failure is every tribulation, everything that you think you did not do well was just giving you an opportunity to learning how to do it better. So, and once you're someone who's got good character, which one of the components we mentioned was perseverance, all right, you will come to the place where you understand that though things are not working in alignment, hopefulness was another thing we talked about. You are so hopeful and you keep pushing consistently, diligently, pressing on the call. which is the focus of the kind of result that you want or your possible outcome that you desire. So, good character helps change your perspective about failure. It also helps sustain you through difficult times and opposition. And that's the truth. We all go through tough times. And the kind of traits that I've been able to build in my personal life have come to make me understand that life is tough, but I am tougher. I say that to every team, every member of my team. Listen, whatever it is that we're trying to achieve could appear or could seem to be tough, but we are tougher. Our life could be tough, but you are tougher. So good character would always help us build and sustain that very conscious thought and conscious courage to go through opposition and very difficult times of our life. It also helps improve our self-esteem and self-respect, and of course self-confidence. Now, self-esteem, self-respect, and self-confidence can be built through good character traits. Now that all of these components can help you attain this great height. Now, good character would always help create a foundation for happy, for healthy, and for what relationship. I mean, in your relationship. Now, one of the greatest reasons why so many relationships go through turmoil or turbulence or cracks is because there is a lack of some good components that build the good character traits that we're talking about. Now, because if you have this component well embedded in you and in your partner, trust me, you guys will be creating a foundation for happy and a healthy relationship. Now, good character would also help you stay committed to your values and to your goals. It will always help you stay committed to your values and your goals. Now, it is a huge commitment for me to sit down here every morning ensuring that this broadcast and this podcast goes out on air. As I speak to you, for those listening and watching us live here on Facebook and Instagram, it is also being streamed straight on onevoiceradio.com. Now, it takes a lot of commitment. It takes a lot of discipline. I am building it. Now, sometimes I default with the time. Sometimes we needed to start at 10. Sometimes we shift to 10:30. Now, the truth is, that says to you that I am a work in progress. Now, but what is this helping me to do? Is helping me to stay committed that there is at least one person who is listening right on radio, who could be watching on Facebook, who could be streaming on any of our social network platform, listening to this, and who is believing that this could be a system or a connecting point for them to become better people. All right? And you must always understand that one other trait that good character will build for you is that it will help improve your chances of success in work and in all other endeavors. And why do I talk about that? Because the truth is, as long as you have good character traits, it is going to be easy for you to relate with people. And you need to understand that by ourselves, we can never attain any significance. All right? So as long as we have people who are working with us, who are in it with us, what happens? Because we know how to manage people and manage relationship within workspace environment, it makes our life and our work easier. It makes us attain the kind of result we want even better. All right? Now, I know one of the greatest questions troubling someone right now is fine. I've seen integrity, I've seen loyalty, I've seen respectfulness, I've seen politeness, I've seen fairness, I've seen forgiveness, I've seen perseverance, I've seen all of these good character traits, kindness, lovingness. Now, but how do I build them? How do I grow them? Coming from the point where I know I don't have all of them. I need to let you understand right now that you're not the only one in that space. Even me, by the time I was busy putting together and doing research on this content, I discovered that there were so many things that I also needed to work on myself. There were so many things that I needed to build. And so, don't feel bad about it. Together, you and I can grow in this. Together, you and I will grow in this if we want to. I want to, and that's the reason why I'm learning and I'm sharing with you, because I believe that you too can grow and build good character traits. Now, if you believe in developing, if you believe that developing your character is it's an endeavor that you want to grow in your life, is something that you want to pursue, then here are some steps that you need to follow I mean, trust me, we will call them steps because this will give us a guideline in becoming a better us. Now, first of all, you need to understand that the very first thing to do in growing or developing good character traits is that you need to define your core values. I remember at a starting right workshop in January at the Business Reposition Expo, the starting right workshop which we did. Now, when I said to everybody who came to write their goals, I told them, okay, write your goals and measure it in parallel sight with your core values, the value that best describe your attitude towards achieving those goals. Now, because it is one thing to have a great goal to say, okay, my goal this year is to buy a house. Now, but if you do not have the right moral value, you are going to steal to go buy a house. That's not what we're trying to build in you. Yes, like I said, everybody's a dreamer, but it is our drive, our dream, that determines if we are dedicated to a cause of doing things in the right place or doing things anyhow. All right? So you need to define your core values, because you need to know that what is most important to you by determining your values for your professional and personal life. Now, these are the primary and the principles which are also founded, or which are also the foundation of your priorities. Now, your choices, your actions, and your behavior. Now, you can start by simply looking at the list of values. Now, what I mentioned, all of the things we talked about. Now, just understand that everything we mentioned about the character traits, everything, and another word that we can call value systems. Okay, so you need to understand that you need to check what this list of values is for. Do you cherish respect? Do you cherish integrity? Do you cherish honesty? Do you cherish trustworthiness? Do you cherish loyalty? Do you cherish supportiveness? Do you cherish stuff like help me, respectfulness, and perseverance? All of those things are part of value system. Now, after you define those core values, the next step that you need to always take is you must learn to practice these habits. Yes, it's not enough to say, okay, I want to be this person, or I like to be this person. You need to give yourself some task, some responsibility, by simply ensuring that you give yourself a good punch on practicing what you believe in. Alright, now you need to pick one or two of the traits of good character that has been listed, and do one great favor: practice them severally. You can decide to say to yourself, from today, I want to be a truthful person. I do not only want to know the truth, because honesty is about knowing the truth and also acting, conducting yourself in the truth and living the truth. So I want to just become someone who's got honesty. I would never tell lie to nobody. Alright, so it's one thing to define your core values, another thing is to practice the habits. You need to learn to practice habits. Now, and also the third thing that you must do is find people with character. Yes, surround yourself with people who are already, that you can see from afar, who are conducting themselves in that manner. Now, we all grew up understanding or hearing this word from our parents saying, birds of a feather flock together. Some will put it in this other way, the birds of the same feather flock together. Now, whichever way you understand that, it simply says that if I meet your friend, if I meet the people you surround yourself with, I can tell the kind of person you are, or I should be able to tell the kind of person you are. Perhaps you might not be that person, but it tells me that you desire to be like this kind of a person. So if you always find yourself, or you would naturally surround yourself with losers, then you want to be a loser. What people who sit back and all they do is lay blames, complain about systems and government, people who are doing nothing about their life, people who are not ready to make a change or make an impact in developing themselves or developing any other person within the circles of influence, then I say to you that you are also not different from them. If you move around with a prostitute, then you are one too. If you move around with a thief, then you are one too. If everybody that surrounds you are into drugs or scam or one illegal or illegit kind of profession, and these are the people you say to me are your cliques or friends, then there is nothing differentiating you from them. I would also come to the place where I completely accept the fact that you like those people, you are those people, and you want to be those people. All right, so you need to learn to surround yourself with people that has got the kind of character you want. Now surround yourself with people who reflect the character traits that you truly, truly, truly want. All right, and that you want to embrace. And also you must understand that the reason why you are surrounding yourself with this cliques of people is because somehow they would rub off on you, they will inspire, and they would motivate you to build the traits in yourself too. Now try to avoid people who have weak character and make bad decisions. Trust me, one of the places where men fail a lot is the place of decision making. And because our decision making system, our conscious decision making system, has not been influenced by the right people or by the right environment, we make bad choices whenever we make decisions. Alright, like I said, practice the habit to find people with character, then take some risk. You must learn to take some risk. Now start taking small actions towards a goal of value that involves some level of risk. Yes. Now, the reason why you're taking this risk is because you also want to put those character traits to test. Those things you're building, you want to put them to test. You want to see if you're developing already, if you're growing already, and the things that you wanted to build upon. Alright? Take some risk. Now, of course, the fact sometimes you're definitely going to face some very possible challenges of failure. Now, but trust me, these will end up helping you become better. No child was born and at a stage just got up and started working. Every one of us as a child, we learned how to stand for. You know, we took 1-2 steps, we fell, we stood up again. Till today, we've become, professional people. We know how to work well. So that is what it is. Okay, that is how to build it. Another thing is you must learn to stretch yourself. Now, for those of us who say to ourselves, or who think we're very short-tempered, okay, who think we get angry so easily, you need to learn to stretch yourself. I worked on my anger while growing up. I had to learn how to work on my anger, which was, I decided to say to myself, the things people said to me or did to me that really got me angry, if I looked at it, now somebody says I'm crazy, or somebody makes a statement that I feel offended about or feel is offensive, I decided not to regard them as being offensive anymore. So now, am I allowing people to just ride on me and talk down on me? No. I'm just saying to myself, I've grown past that. Or I've been involved in some business relationship with people and they were not fair. They cheated me. They never paid me when they ought to pay me. Did I fight? Now, why? I didn't fight them because I have come to an understanding that anybody who would cheat another person in any deal simply says to me that he or she is a poor person. So the only way you could get is to steal from another person. Now, because if we have a deal and you were supposed to give me 30% and you were supposed to take 70%, and yet you refuse to give me my 30%, you're giving me 10%, is because you're a thief. And so why should I fight a thief? Why should I worry myself? You are indirectly saying to me that you're not good enough, that you're not the type I should surround myself with. So I no longer would go out of my way to start fighting you. I've got no time for you. You're worthless. That's what it means, in my opinion. You're just not up to the standard of the place that I placed you before. You've just told me you're a thief, you're poor, because poverty is about the mind. It's only a poor person who is a thief that will want to grab as much as they can and can as much as they can grab within any given opportunity. So I've learned to stretch myself to allow people be and do whatever it is they want to do. And guess what? I've learned never to get myself involved with some petty things anymore. Now, because you need to create a high standard and very big goals for yourself. So coming down to some level where you are quarreling over little things and nothing. And trust me, sometimes most of these things are tests. They are how we stretch ourselves. You know, when the things that naturally should not happen to you begin to happen to you, when people who naturally should give you some respect decide not to accord you some respect, then it is an opportunity in for you to work on yourself and earn respect, because you don't demand for respect, you earn them. So it is for me an opportunity that you and I must put together every day to learn to earn, okay? Respect. And for today, I will stop on this place. Commit yourself to improvement. You need to learn to commit yourself to improvement. Now, every day, in every way, I'm getting better and better. Yes, it's a morning mantra. Now, but how do I put this statement into core action in my life? I simply do that by ensuring that every day I realize that building my character is a lifelong endeavor, and so it is something that is so practical both in the minutes and definitely in every moment of my life. So what I do is I ensure that I need to work on myself, need to work on my responses. I've said to people, when I have communication with people, I have learned never to react. I've learned to respond, and sometimes I manage my responses. Why? Because